Do you remember the first time a kiss wasn't just a kiss? It wasn't on the lips. Maybe it was a brush of warmth against your neck that sent a shiver all the way down your spine. A moment so unexpected, so tender, it felt less like a physical act and more like a secret being whispered directly to your soul. In long-term relationships, it's easy for intimacy to become routine, a familiar script we follow. The passion is still there, but the discovery can fade. We forget that our partner's body is a landscape we can still explore, with hidden pathways to connection we haven't walked in years. I'm Dr. Eleanor Vance. For over a decade as a clinical urologist specializing in sexual medicine, I've worked with countless couples looking to reignite that spark. They often believe the problem requires a complex solution, but so often, the answer lies in rediscovering the profound power of simple, intentional touch. Today, we are going to move beyond the obvious. We're going to explore 3 specific, neurologically sensitive kissing spots that can unlock powerful cascades of both physical pleasure and deep emotional bonding in a woman. This isn't about technique for technique's sake. This is about learning a language of touch that says, I see you, I cherish you, and I am still fascinated by you. The first spot is all about surprise and safety. Think about a moment when you're not in the bedroom. She's standing at the kitchen counter, reading a book, or looking out a window. You come up behind her, and instead of a standard hug, you gently brush her hair aside and place a series of soft, warm kisses on the nape of her neck, right where her hairline meets her skin. Why is this so powerful? From a neurological standpoint, this area is rich with sensitive nerve endings connected to the spinal accessory nerve, but emotionally, it's an act of gentle, protective intimacy. It's a vulnerable area she doesn't see. By kissing her there, with no expectation of it leading anywhere else, you are communicating care and adoration in its purest form. Then, allow your lips to travel slowly outward, along the ridge of her trapezius muscle, toward her shoulder. This muscle is where we hold so much of our daily tension. A soft, lingering kiss here is deeply comforting. It's a nonverbal way of saying, let me help you release that burden. This isn't about passion, it's about presence. It's a kiss that builds trust and makes her feel completely cherished before a single button is unfastened. Our second spot is the gateway to deeper physical arousal. It builds anticipation in a way that is almost unmatched. The skin of the inner thigh is incredibly thin and packed with nerve receptors, making it exquisitely sensitive. But its true power lies in its proximity to the epicenter of her pleasure. Kissing the inner thigh is the ultimate form of patient buildup. The key here is slowness. Don't rush toward the destination. Start high, near the curve of her hip, and trace a slow path downward with your lips. Pause. Return to the starting point and explore a slightly different path. The goal is to create waves of anticipation. You will know you are doing it right by her body's feedback. Does her breathing change? Do her hips lift slightly toward you? When you find a rhythm that works, lock that rhythm in. This isn't the time to switch things up constantly. Consistency creates a compounding sense of pleasure. This act communicates patience and a focus on her journey, not just the destination. It tells her that her pleasure is worth taking time for, which is one of the most powerful emotional aphrodisiacs there is. Our final spot is the most direct and requires the most trust, communication, and gentleness. It's a small but neurologically potent area that many people overlook entirely. We're going to talk about the area around the urethral opening, sometimes referred to as the U spot. Now, this requires absolute clarity. The urethral opening is located on the vulva, just between the clitoris and the vaginal opening. The sensitive tissue surrounding this opening, sometimes called the urethral sponge, can be a source of incredible pleasure when stimulated correctly. However, correctly is the operative word. This is not a target for aggressive or direct pressure. This is the domain of the absolute lightest touch. Before you even approach this area, consent and communication are non-negotiable. A simple, confident whisper like, "I want to kiss you everywhere. Is it okay if I kiss you here?" establishes trust. The technique is about softness. After focusing on the clitoris and the labia, you can use the very tip of your tongue to provide a feather-light, fluttering sensation on the tissue just above and around the urethral opening itself. Think of the delicate touch of a butterfly wing. Broad, wet strokes don't work here. Precision and lightness are everything. For many women, this gentle, specific stimulation can trigger a different, deeper, and more profound orgasmic response. It's a level of attention and anatomical awareness that communicates a deep desire to understand and pleasure every part of her. The nape of the neck, the inner thigh, the periphery of the U-spot. 3 spots. But I hope what you've heard is that this isn't about memorizing a map. Every woman's body is different. The real secret is attunement. It's about paying attention, listening to her body's responses, her breath, her movements, and creating a feedback loop of pleasure. And finally, never underestimate the power of what comes after. The principle of aftercare is crucial for cementing emotional intimacy. After a peak moment, don't just roll over. Ease off slowly. Let your warm palm rest on her stomach. Whisper how beautiful she is. Offer a glass of water. Let the emotional and physical aftershocks land in a space of safety and connection. True intimacy, the kind that lasts a lifetime, isn't found in a magic spot. It's built, moment by moment, with curiosity, tenderness, and a kiss that says everything without speaking a word. Stay curious and stay connected.